What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Cup Series here on FS1. We are at Kentucky Speedway, getting ready to hit things off here yet again at one of the most exciting tracks here on the schedule. Man, I already know this is going to be a great one. We got the GOAT, the one, the only, Jeff Gordon on the pole with Martin Truex Jr. to his outside. Row 2 has Jimmie Johnson on the inside, Kevin Harvick on the outside. Rounding out the top 5 is the 20 of Tony Stewart, and to his outside is the 31 of Jeff Burton. Got a crazy one lined up here, seeing as this track has seemingly become a multi-groove track. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Green flag is waving. We are racing here from Kentucky. Off turn 2 for the first time here today. Getting up to speed. Down to 3 and 4 for the first time up to speed. We're going to see these drivers go through a corner and see what lanes they pick. Johnson way up high by the wall. The 20 of Stewart in the middle. The 99 of Edwards down low. And all three of them still side by side on the way down the front stretch. Gordon pulling away. Huge lead. And look at the different lanes, the different options, the choices these guys have in the corners now. Looks like Johnson might have gotten up a little too high up on the racetrack there, but Tony Stewart, he's trying the same thing. It seems to work out pretty well for him. He's got a great run down the front straightaway, pushes his teammate down in front of the 99. Here comes the 31 of Burton. I don't think that high line really works in 1 and 2. Well, okay, guess I'm wrong then. They got it to work. As we head off turn number 2, down the back straightaway yet again. Huge run for Hamlin, heading down to 3 and 4. But you look at the races we have. Absolutely insane racing here from Kentucky. These guys are absolutely flying around this racetrack. Watching Jimmie Johnson's speed, 195, 196, 197, down to the turn 22. Amazing flybys here from Kentucky. Absolutely beautiful. Gonna get another one right here. You ready for this? Here's another one. Denny Hamlin outside of the 13. It's Jeremiah Cook. Cook can't quite clear him. He's going to hop back in line behind that 11 car. What's this, top 7 or so? Top 8 starting to break away from the rest of the field. As they get single filed out, everybody else battling hard behind them, slowing each other down. That's going to be one of those things we see in the long runs. It's going to be very exciting here on the short runs, but on the long run, it's going to be about who has the fastest car, who has the best car out here, who's got the special sauce when it comes to this racetrack as well. It's going to come down to pure speed and equipment. As you see the 31 of Jeff Burton to the inside, looking to clear Jeff Gordon off of turn number 2, can't quite do so. Down the back straightaway as Burton on the low side yet again. How about Jimmie Johnson sending it way down, driving it in deep into 3 and 4. Gordon rolls over, lets Burton have it because he saw Johnson had a run, and now he's going to the middle. 3 wide yet again here from Kentucky for the race lead. Gordon believes that middle lane is the where to be, or the place to be, and Johnson drives it in, deep slides up, clears the 24, blocks his run, gets a push down the back straightaway, hops down in front of Kyle Busch, who dives down low to second place. Now here comes Johnson driving away off turn 4, 3 wide behind him for second. Kyle Busch driving away from it. Here comes 31 yet again to the inside. Busch doing a great job blocking and controlling the lanes. We're going to have to take a quick break. We'll be right back from Kentucky. Welcome back to Kentucky Speedway. Denny Hamlin has worked his way up into second place behind his teammate Kyle Busch. Busch continues to lead from Kentucky. Denny Hamlin, shorter way around the track, trying to get that run, doesn't have that momentum on the exits, hops in line behind his teammate. He's gonna try it one more time, dives it down low. Can he get it to stick? It looks like it will. No, it won't. I was wrong. It did not stick. Further back, going single file as they try to catch the front pack once again. Oh, Stewart sideways. What a save from Tony Stewart. I thought for sure Stewart was eating that inside wall. Luckily, he didn't. Race leader Kyle Busch. Doing a great job keeping everybody behind him and just running his race here. Kentucky. How about Ian Slager? Just getting some experience here running inside the top 20. Doing a great job after Ward Burton. He was scheduled to run a majority of the season in that 4 car. Decided not to go through with that due to concerns for his own safety, as he describes himself, getting up there in age, wants to just kind of wind down his career, make sure he's safe. And after that terrifying crash at Vegas, decided to step back from his part-time efforts here and focus on the full-time efforts in the Monday Grand National Series. So Slager was tapped to run that 4 car part-time, sharing the ride with Chris Mack and a couple other drivers. But Slager's going to pick up a majority of the season just to get some experience and mostly run races on companion weekends. gunslinger out here. Just logging laps and getting some experience yet again, as I said. The 88 of Dale Jr. moves up into third. Jimmie Johnson defending against Denny Hamlin. Hamlin way up high, decided to try something different. It did not work for that 11 car. Just gave up a spot to Jeff Gordon there, and now Johnson underneath the 31 of Burton. Jeff Burton falling back, Jimmie Johnson moving forward. Grabs yet another position, up to fourth. It's the 48 car. Jeremiah Cook in the 13, sharing that ride with Fred Jones this season, who recently returned. Jones will mainly focus on short tracks as he continues to try and work his way back into competition here. Does plan on going back full time again eventually, but is trying to get comfortable with these new MG Cup Series cars that are way safer than the ones he last drove this previous season, which were similar to the cars he drove when he got injured. He was actually Fred Jones was originally supposed to be the 86 driver here in the MG Cup Series. Testing the year before saw Jones get hurt. As the caution is out, it's going to reset things here from Kentucky. You see the 44 of Dale Jarrett with some damage in turns 1 and 2, and looks like it wasn't the only car involved. The 37, LePage, oh man, hard into the outside wall. Poor Dale Jarrett just kind of got collected in that. He had nothing to do with it, nothing he could do about it either. And just gets clipped, and around he goes, collecting the 44 up into the outside wall. So LePage and Jarrett involved in this one. Neither man's day is done, but it's definitely going to slow them down quite a bit. We'll probably see them get lapped a few times in this race. The entire field dove down on the pit road. That was really scary, but luckily no bouncy cars, except for maybe the 37. No, 37 still out there as well. So yeah, no bouncy cars, so we're good. Maybe just refueling, but as far as tires go, they're fine. Don't have to worry about the glitch. That seems to be unfixable. Uh-oh, Jeff Gordon seemingly having an issue. He peeks out of line. Green flag back in the air. No, he's good. He's fine. He's back up to speed. The Jeff and Jeff show. Burton high, Gordon low. Gordon, the shorter way around the track. That's obviously the way to go here on these restarts, as they're not up to speed yet. But as we head down into 3 and 4, we'll see different lines come into play. Look at just how much the track widens out. One car further back got down into the grass. It was Martin Truex Jr. Keeps it straight, but had a horrible line of entry into turn 1. Slides up the racetrack in front of Bobby Labonte. Big block on Bobby there. Here comes Jimmie Johnson to the inside of Jeff Gordon. Hendrick teammates side by side as Hendrick. 1, 2, 3 here from Kentucky. As Dale Jr. runs third, and now here comes Greg Biffle underneath the 13 of Jeremiah Cook, formerly Joe Nemechek's car, one that tested it. Private testing rolled through last season with these new cars here in the MG Cup Series. And Morgan McClure, as well as Ginn Racing, did purchase these new chassis. However, both teams went out of business before the 2008 season. Chris Mack bought those cars from them as they sold off their assets, and well, the rest is history. You see the 13 car now being driven by Jeremiah Cook, shared with Fred Jones. The 14 car, formerly driven by Sterling Marlin, is still actually being driven by Sterling Marlin, but on a part-time basis, it's being shared with Val Wolf, who's driving this week. And the 4 car, as we mentioned, being shared by Chris Mack and Ian Slager and some other Mack Motorsports. What would you call it? Mack Motorsports development drivers. Gordon's fallen back to 3rd, now back up to 2nd as he gets underneath his teammate. His new teammate, I should say. Way off the pace is Kevin LePage. They're about to catch him in a heartbeat here. Was not expecting him to be lapped this quickly, but nonetheless, here he is. He did suffer the biggest blow in that wreck. So it's not surprising to me that he has fallen this far off the pace. Here comes Gordon to the inside of Johnson, using the lap car as a pick. Oh, trouble. Kurt Busch sideways, up into the wall, collecting Clint Bowyer. Caution is out yet again. Oh, look out. I was holding my breath for Busch there. Jeff Gordon's the only car that hasn't crossed the line to take the caution flag. He will lead the race back. He's the only car racing back. Kurt Busch got turned sideways there as he was trying to avoid the lapped car of Kevin LePage. And LePage really just kind of held his line. Busch caught him at the wrong time, was checking up, and the 5 was trying to tuck in behind him at the same time, and they just kind of got together. So nothing on Casey Mears there, just wrong place, wrong time for a lot of these guys, and poor Bowyer nowhere to go as well. Kurt Busch doesn't seem to have serious damage, but definitely has some damage to that car that will affect him nonetheless. We jump through yet again, getting ready to start this race once again. As we fast forward, pace car is in. Jeff Gordon is going to lead us back to the green flag. Here we go. Look at the 16 of Greg Biffle looking to the inside. Big push from Kyle Busch. Down low is Biffle, up high is Jimmy Johnson. Busch now moves to the inside, making it 3 wide for the race lead. Dale Jr. pushing that 16 car through the middle. With this package, you cannot afford to lift. Look at what happens when you lift. Kyle Busch just lifted down low, had no choice, and he's going to lose all that momentum and a bunch of spots as well. Biffle up high now, blocking the 48 of Johnson that allowed the 88 of Junior to slide in there and take the lead. A bit of a slide job, as you see on dirt. Junior leads that lap. Here comes Kevin Harvick down low. On the bottom is Kevin Harvick. Up top is Dale Jr. In the middle is Kyle Busch. All 3 executed their lines perfectly, but it's going to be Dale Jr. who prevails. Harvick slides up. Hamlin checks up. Here comes Gordon to the inside. Hamlin's getting swamped by everybody else here. After having to crack the throttle a little bit there, Gordon now had to crack the throttle. Here comes Johnson with a huge run through the middle. Jimmie Johnson now gonna try and take that third spot away. He pulls off a successful slide job. Back, oh, contact. They're able to save it. 28 of Travis Kvapil got turned sideways. Actually didn't end in a wreck. Kevin Harvick, Mr. Where Did He Come From, finds himself in second place. It's on nobody's radar until now. And uh-oh, Kevin LePage yet again. Way off the pace. Unfortunately, I can't run better cautions and one of those other EXCs at the same time. I usually, if I could, I would run a physics EXE, like the 07 Cup Physics or, you know, whatever, and simulate the race and just disqualify the slower cars so they don't impede the race, but unfortunately I can't do that, so I have to deal with it here. Hate to see it, it completely sucks, but that's the card we've been dealt. And into the wall goes Kevin LePage, living up to his name as he LePages the field, and we got a big crash in turn number 2. Cars up in the air. Travis Kvapil with a slow roll. Caution is out yet again. Dale Jr. leads us to the caution flag. We got a minefield of cars sitting there off turn number 2. They're gonna clear out. Man, that was violent. Cannot believe what I just saw. Multiple cars up in the air and almost up and over. And all because of a lapped car. Let's see what happened this time. I mean, LePage seemingly stayed high once again, tried to stay out of the way, and then just came down off the wall into the door of that 43. Bounces off the wall, and at the same time, that's strange. At the same time, Casey Mears ran into the 19 of Elliott Sadler. Spins him sideways. That collects Ian Slager up top. Nowhere to go for that 4 car. The 5 comes back down, grazes the 49. That sends Schrader down the racetrack into traffic, collecting more race cars, collecting LePage himself. Look at, oh my goodness. I cannot believe what I am looking at here. Menard gets turned over onto his roof. And so does Schrader's 49 car. The 10 up on its side. That's Scott Riggs. And the 28 rolls over as he was up on top of Robbie Gordon there. We're going to slow it down and watch it one more time here. Just so many cars hitting the same spot. Safer Barrier just launches these cars. Shoots them up into the air. Due to just the sheer force and the angle of which they hit the wall. Wow. So that brings out another late race caution. Doubling them back up with 10 coming to 9 laps to go. Dale Jr. Looking to win his first race with this new team, Hendrick Motorsports, in that 88 car. Jimmie Johnson looking to find himself back in victory lane, as it's been quite a while. Green flag back in the air. Racing once again. Wide. You can tell it's late in the race. 4 wide heading into 1 and 2. Johnson and Junior still going at it. How about the 24 inch? I can't English right now. Jeff Gordon back into the mix. Gordon to the inside, 3 wide, 4 to lead between the top 3 Rick Hendrick Motorsports cars. You know, Rick Hendrick himself has to be holding his breath right now. Goodness gracious, the way his drivers are racing for the win. 5 laps to go. And look at the Joe Gibbs Toyota of Denny Hamlin up in the mix, looking to spoil the party. We're back. Everybody racing for every position at this point. Every spot matters. Contact, nearly a wreck. But they're going to straighten it out. Dale Jr. is going to have to roll over for that 11 car as Hamlin slides up and clears. Jr. trying to cross over, decides against it. No, he doesn't. Diving back down underneath that 11 in a 3 and 4. Side by side off turn number 4. Hamlin, Jr. Who's gonna take the spot? Top 2 still nose to tail. Oh no. You hate to see it. Patrick Carpentier, a lapped car off turn number 2. Johnson using him as a pick on Gordon, just like Gordon did earlier in the race to Johnson. That allows Jimmie Johnson to run away with it as we come off turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Dale Jr. now up into 2nd place. 3 wide for P4. Greg Biffle into the mix. Can they run down that 48 car? Is it too little, too late? Away up the racetrack goes Mark Martin. Off of turn 4 for the penultimate time in this race. Jimmie Johnson sees the white flag. 1 lap to go. Gordon closing in, trying to catch the 48, but I don't think he's got enough time to get there. Here comes Greg Biffle, side by side with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Final time down the backstretch. Into 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, Jimmie Johnson is gonna do it. Jimmie Johnson wins at Kentucky. In an exciting race, an exciting finish. Johnson holds on, using the lapped car as a pick. Saw what Gordon did to him earlier in the race, did it right back to his teammate, his car owner, Jimmy Johnson, or Jeff Gordon owns that 24 car. Wow. What a finish. What a race. That's going to do it. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. Hope to see y'all next time. And until then,